Well, good morning. It's 7:30 local time, and this is a bit of a departure from the normal opens. Several reasons for this. I was betwixt and between whether or not to leave today. The wind in the past couple of days has been absolutely horrendous. It destroyed the satellite dish. It's in two pieces in the basement, hoping that it can be repaired. The wind was pushing the slide open for most of the last 2 days, and I couldn't keep it closed, so naturally a whole bunch of dust came in. So I guess one thing I didn't have to do is dust and vacuum, because there wouldn't be any point. And the wind is supposed to die down today. It's really going to die down and change directions tomorrow, coming from the north, so that would give us a tailwind, but I would really like to get out of here, so I bit the bullet and decided to go. The other thing, of course, is the gatekeeper. This is a toll road. It goes around by Lake Mead, and they open the office, I think it's at 8 o'clock. And it used to be $10 to go through here. The fee now is $25, and there was no way I was going to pay $25 to drive 50 odd miles down a road that I wasn't even going to stop at. So hence the reason we're on the road so early and going around Lake Mead. Unfortunately, because it's so early, the sun isn't really conducive to really good photography. Going this route in the afternoon actually is better, because the colors on the rocks are absolutely fantastic. But I guess it is what it is, so you can use your imagination. This isn't the best of roads for poor Squeak. He's spending most of his time curled up in my lap with his claws out trying to hang on, because the road is fairly twisty and there's a lot of ups and downs, and some of the hills are actually fairly steep. I'm taking it fairly slow, as slow as I can. It's a good thing that it being so early in the morning, there's not very much traffic, because there's not a whole lot of passing lanes, and you can get a fair amount of people behind you. There's no commercial traffic allowed, so you don't get any big trucks, so that's one good thing. This road is also very, very popular with bikes, motorcyclists. They do a loop starting in Las Vegas, come around here, go up to Overton, then back out onto the interstate and go back home. So it would be a lot of fun on a bike. Unfortunately, I think if you wanted to carve through the corners and everything, it would be a little bit disappointing, because there's usually somebody going slow in front of you, and it's hard to get by them. I always scratch my head going by this point. On the right, there's all these huge houses there around a lake. The thing is, it's not really a lake, it's a sewage lagoon. This is approaching Las Vegas Wash. It's the outfall from all the sewage treatment plants of Las Vegas. You can see, if you look off to the right, all the foam on the water that's coming out of this lake. But anyway, I guess if there's water around, it doesn't really matter what kind of water it is. People are going to build huge mansions and golf courses, of course. Really, really interesting. The water level of Lake Mead is down about 200 feet. And you can see here, you can see the water in the distance, but all the land where it's lighter in color, that's where the water level used to be. It's really, really amazing. And some places where you were used to be driving by it, you can barely see the lake now. Coming into Boulder City, another interesting little town. Boulder City was built for construction workers during the construction of the Hoover Dam. Because they wanted the construction workers to work and not do other things like enjoy themselves. This is one of the few towns in Nevada where no casinos are allowed. At least they have palm trees, so you know it's somewhat warm.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Nevada 173.
Heading south again. At least coming from this direction, normally I would have come through Las Vegas and hit this highway from the east, but it was really much more pleasant going this way. A lot less traffic. The traffic through Las Vegas can be an absolute zoo, and of course everybody wants to go about 90 miles an hour, and when you're towing two trailers behind you, you really don't want to go that quickly. This is coming up to, it's a big dry lake. That's what we hit first, and people go out there and play around on the lake with their toys, if they can see, if the wind's not blowing and the dust is not too heavy, or it has not rained in the last little while and the lake is really not so dry anymore. But the other thing is that they have put in these massive solar farms. Going by one now, I've speeded this up quite a bit, otherwise it would take forever to go by it, and it's just amazing. And this is really where solar panels should be. I mean, it's the desert, you're not taking up any agricultural land, so that works. Those hills in the distance are where the town of Searchlight is. Unfortunately, didn't quite miss out on the wind. It's blowing like crazy. I'm down in 4th gear. I'm getting about 5 miles to the gallon. It's absolutely horrible, and the best I can do is about 50 miles an hour. It's a long upgrade, and with the wind, it's terrible. So we bypassed Searchlight, turning into the campground at Calnavari. Hopefully we're going to get a spot here, park for the night, fill up with water, and do some housekeeping, get everything ready for extended period of boondocking. Talk later.